So far we've been looking at expressions in algebra. For example, 2 times x plus 4 take away b. But we haven't been able to actually find the answer or solve any of these expressions because we don't know the value of the pronumerals. But the next thing we're going to do is something called substitution, which means we're actually giving the pronumerals a value. So we're giving pronumerals or letters a value, giving them a number. So let's make up a new situation. Let's make a new pronumeral that's called n, and n equals the number of different subjects that you have during the day at school. The number of subjects in a day. And let's say we have an expression that says 3 times n take away 2. So at the moment, just like before, we don't know what n equals. But now we can give n a value because we can look at your actual school day and find out how many subjects you have. So let's say on Monday, you have 6 single periods, so 6 different subjects. That means on Monday, n equals 6. So now we have an actual value for n. And what we'll do now is substitute n equals 6 all the way into n in our expression here. So we're substituting or in other words, we're replacing. Replacing the n in our expression with a 6, because on Monday, the number of subjects is 6. So then we'll work downwards, and now instead of 3 times n, we have 3 times 6. And we can use brackets here to show 3 times 6, and we still have take away 2. And now we can actually evaluate, or we can find the answer to this expression. 3 times 6 is 18, take away 2, 18 take away 2 is 16. So we've now evaluated the expression by substituting in a particular value. So evaluate means find the answer of. Find the answer to. But the number of subjects in the day can change because it's depending if you have any double periods. So n is a variable, and let's say on Tuesday you have a double period. So that means you only have 4 singles and 1 extra subject. So you only actually have 5 different subjects on Tuesday. And again, we can now substitute n equals 5 into the same expression, and it will give us a different answer. So wherever the n was, we're swapping and we're substituting n equals 5. 3 times 5, take away 2, which is 15, take away 2, which is 13. So we can substitute different numbers in to any expression, and then we can find the answer or evaluate it. The next thing we need to be able to do is find out if 2 different expressions are equivalent to each other. And equivalent means the same value or the same. So equivalent means equal or the same. The same value. Let's look at an example. If we have a plus 4, is this equivalent to 4 plus a? Is a plus 4 equivalent to 4 plus a? Well, we know from normal arithmetic with normal numbers that if we have two numbers adding together, like 2 plus 3, that is the same as the opposite, 3 plus 2. Both of these equal 5. So that means with algebra, even though we don't know what a is, we know a has to be the same in both expressions. So adding 4 to a is the same as adding a to 4. So yes, these are equivalent. Let's try a different example. If we have x take away 3, is this equivalent to 3 take away x? Well, again, we can use our normal arithmetic and just test it with normal numbers. So let's say that x is 10. We'll substitute x is 10. 10 take away 3 is 7. Let's try the other expression. 3 take away 10. Well, that's giving us negative 7. So actually, if the answers are different, that means these two expressions have to be different too. So no, these are not equivalent expressions.